Hey everyone, today I want to make a video of going over 6PE. This entails tunneling an IPv6 traffic over your IPv4 MPLS core. So here I put together a quick diagram of the scenario we're going to go over. So here's a customer site and another customer site, and we're going to have ospf 3 running between the site and our PE router. And these PE routers are going to have run IPv4 and IPv6, so they're going to be dual stacked. However, our P router in our core is only running IPv4. So the 6PE architecture, as we see here, the PE routers of the MPLS core, those are the dual stack routers, and they're going to exchange IPv6 routes using MP-BGP, Multiprotocol BGP. That's a hard one to swallow there. And the IPv6 routes are basically learned through MP-BGP on the PE routers, and they resolve their next hop through an LDP tunnel. So we'll have to configure that. We'll have to configure some export policies and all our system addresses. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. So we'll pull up our actual topology. So customer site, IPv4 core P router, and our dual stacked PE routers. Alright, so bring up so let's just start with router 5. We'll go from the left to the right and work our way over. So first things first, we will configure a system interface. IPv6 address. We'll just keep it simple here. Okay. And then we'll configure router 1. And the awesome thing of ospf 3 IPv6 version, just uses a link local address for our ospf adjacency, which makes things really simple for us. So that's basically all we need configured on router 5. We have our IPv6 interface, and then our link local address going to router 1, which is reachable. So then we'll go to router 1. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and get ospf set up here. ospf 3 area 0 interface system, and we will do interface interface to router 1 up to point. Alright, and then that should be it. And oh, actually, we want to configure ospf as an ASBR because we are going to be bringing in routes, exported routes from a different domain. So router 1, we'll do and to make things easy to ping across, we'll also do IPv6 system interface on this guy. Then our point-to-point interface to router 5, IPv6, perfect. Now let's go ahead and configure router ospf 3, area 0. Make sure this is an ASBR, area 0, interface system, interface to router 5. Make this interface point-to-point. So this should be up. Perfect. Alright, so perfect. So since I have my system interface address on both, I can reach the system interface IPv6 address of router 5, which is this guy right here, and there it is. So moving on, let's go ahead, and another thing I want to point out is that there is no direct connection between 1 and 2. It's going to go through the P router, which is router 7, with no IPv6. So we have our ospf adjacency, so let's go ahead and do our policies. Well, let's see what our neighborship looks like. Let's do our LDP. So now we need to enable LDP to router 7. To router 7. So there, that looks good. So let's go to router 7. To router 1. And then we're also going to need to router 2. So interface, dual stack, that's good. So that's pretty much all we need on router 7. So let's go back to router 1. And we need to make some policies here. So let's see if so router 7, okay. See if we can ping our router 2. That's good. BGP router 1 to router 2. Neighbor 10.10.2. So our BGP neighbor 10.10.10.2 is up because we can reach that system address through ospf. So let's go ahead and create our policy here. Alright, so we have to create two policies. We have to import from ospf 3, which is router 5. We're going to bring those routes into our BGP routes, and then we're also going to bring the BGP routes, export those into our ospf that we're learning from router 2, or actually coming in from router 6. So we got to make sure we do it both ways. So first policy, let's do this one. We'll call this from ospf 3 to BGP, just so we are clear on what we're doing here. Entry 10, so entry 10 from protocol ospf 3, just accept it. It's that simple. Then we're going to make another one. This one's going to be from BGP to ospf 3. So, So one way is going towards the far end router 6, and then the other way is coming out to router 5 back to ospf 3. So this one a little bit different. We're just going to add the family, so entry 10. So we're going to do from BGP family from family IPv6 and just action accept. So these are pretty simple. They could be a little bit more specific, but we don't really need it just for the lab. So let's go to our ospf configuration, and we're going to export from, actually let's go into area 0. Actually, I'm going to export. So we're going to export from BGP to ospf 3. And obviously that goes in the ospf section. So now we gotta go to our BGP configuration, and there's a couple things we got to do in there. So, oops, BGP. All right, so here is my configuration. Oh, so I forgot to take this out from my previous lab, but this is already in here. So we are exporting from ospf to BGP. As you can see, this is basically all that's going on. Taking the ospf routes, and we don't have to specify the family here because ospf 3 is only for IPv6. So here's our neighbor. So what we're going to do inside of BGP, so let's go into our neighbor, and here we have to specify to advertise label IPv6, and then just go back. Let's see what else we got to do. So we already have our export, and then we got to give it a family, IPv6. So I believe router 1 is configured. So now let's go to router 7. So this one should have, so router 1, it's router 2, but router 2 is not configured yet. So let's go moving down the chain here. So we got router 5 routes sending ospf 3 routes IPv6 to router 1. It's learning the IPv6 addresses, it knows them, it can communicate via IPv6. Router 7 has no idea what IPv6 is. So let's go to router 2. Let's get this interface up, interface to routers. Perfect. So there it is. 1 prefix 2. Okay, so that looks good. Alright, so quite a bit of stuff to do here. So let's go ahead and start with the interface. So our system interface. System address IPv6. Oops. Stick to what we're doing. 2. Alright. And then our point-to-point interface for adjacency, ospf, and this is all done in the base for now. So configure router face to router 6. Just link local address, get ospf, ospf 3, area SBR, because we are going to be bringing in routes from BGP. Alright, and area 0, interface system to router 6, point to point. Oh, we haven't configured anything on router 6 yet. Let's do that real quick. Okay. To router 2, IPv6. Okay. Get our ospf going. So this is, again, this is supposed to be a million customer route. Interface area 0. To router 2. Okay, so there's our adjacency with router 2, which is also our neighbor. Alright, so let's go to router 5. Oops, sorry, not router 5. Let's go to router 2. So we are learning that, and interface router 6. Alright, so that looks good. So again, we gotta pretty much, what I'm gonna do just to make life easy, just gonna copy these policies here. Begin. commit. We'll add the policy to our ospf3. Export from BGP to ospf3. Now let's go ahead and configure our BGP. Our group, we're going to export from ospf3 into BGP. We also need to assign a family. And I only have one neighbor in here. This is my neighbor 10.10.10.1, which is exactly what we want. And we're going to advertise those labels IPv6 because we want to tunnel it and make sure that's going to our LDP tunnel. So let's see what this looks like. So far no routes have been learned. We'll just give that a second. Family IPv6, next hop self, export. Looks good. I don't know if I committed this. Perfect, we did. Same peer, family, yep, okay. Okay, so we're sending a route now. Alright, 6. So let's go going on here. So this is tunneling it. Transport LDP. IPv6 route table. IPv6. So from router 1, we are learning the system address of router 6. And obviously from router 1. And you can see this is tunneled. And it's the next hop is 10.10.10.2. So this is a cool thing here. So an IPv6 address is resolving to a next hop of IPv4, and that's being tunneled via the protocol BGP, but it's being tunneled through this LDP tunnel as the transport. So from router 5, let's see if these routes have came in yet. Okay, perfect. So here it is. IPv6 address from router 6 being learned over in router 5. And as you can see, let's just ping it. All our system addresses are in there, so I should be able to reach it. Maybe not. ospf3 routes. So I'm not getting it on the other side. So let's see what's going on here. So router 1 is getting it, obviously. BGP summary neighbor 10.10.2. So receive, accept it. Oh, so we're not sending anything. So let's see what the problem is. Why is that not exporting? Oh, so this was an old policy, ospf3. So that's what I get for not clearing my lab from previous labs and just letting my export policy statement stay in there without double checking it. So yeah, that was kind of hard to read, but you can see this one's different, ospf3, and this one was just ospf. Okay, so BGP takes about 30 seconds to propagate. So let's see if router 6. I should expect to see FD 111.115 over here. Let's see if we're sending it yet. Not yet. Policy looks good. From BGP, yep. So we're not sending it, so what's going on here? Let's see. From actually we want to do from ospf3 prefix 5128 area IPv6, no entries found. Okay, let's see. Okay, our LDP looks good. SPR. Six is there, okay. From ospf3. Alright, so I paused it for a quick second to take a closer look. Here's what my problem is. So I had this export policy that was non-existent inside my group, but outside of the group I had my correct export policy. So I've removed this and added my correct ospf3 IPv6 to BGP export policy. And okay, so it has not been removed, so perfect. Let's see, so we'll go into the group, which we're already in, so no export. And now you can see we're not sending the routes. So export, and then we'll do the correct export policy, which will matter for sure, as you can see, which is a great little training exercise. Always double check, and if you do have different groups and you add an export policy and it's not in the group and it's just out in the general context under BGP, it's not going to be applied inside your group. So you got to go inside the group and specify the policy. So out here I can just say no export, and it doesn't matter because this is what I'm worried about inside my group. So perfect, this is what we needed. So yeah, this is awesome. I love seeing this just work now. So from router 1 we're tunneling again. via LDP, MP-BGP. As you can see, this is being sent. And it's tunneled, incoming tunneled. And now let's just go ahead and try this ping again. Definitely should work, as you can see. So there you have it. We had a little bit of a speed bump, but that was fun. That's the whole point of a lab, is you can kind of get stuck in your own mistakes and troubleshoot your way out of them. So now you kind of get an idea of how powerful, well, I guess I kind of point this out every time. I love MPLS. I just think it's great, doing so many different things and features. The 6PE architecture, I mean, you're tunneling IPv6 through an IPv4 core and running dual stacked PE routers. So if your router 7 is just a regular old P router, doesn't have to bother with a different route table. It just has LDP bindings, and everything's being tunneled. So there you have it. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you.